Pride, our global ethos for quality product. Pride is based on the Lean Six Sigma format of problem solving, which aims to first and foremost, P, prevent the problem. If and when there is a problem, then proceed to the RIDE portion of it, which starts out with R, recognizing the problem, followed by I, investigating it, then to D, drive the solution, and finally to E, evaluate the results. Why Pride? To deliver the best value to our customers. How is this going to be done? Our vision, Pride, our global ethos for quality product, the main aim of which is to focus on prevention and RIDE when problems are found. Our strategy, goals, and objectives will be to 1. Embed the culture internally and externally. 2. Have a framework, organization and standard operating procedures or SOP, separation of duties. 3. Have metrics in the S&OP document. 4. Have systems and measurements that are consistent and global. To define ethos, it is the social, fundamental character or spirit of a culture. It is the underlying sentiment that informs the beliefs, customs, or practices of a group or society. As you know, we have had the internal audit department looking into our work processes, and a few opportunities have been identified, which are 13 in number at the moment. Unlucky number 13 as it turns out. 1. Quality metrics. Varies from coalition to coalition, and long-term quality trends are sometimes not considered. 2. Data systems varies from product type to region. From NGC for sourcing, specs for jeanswear, data savvy for imagewear, through to Excel and pen and paper for some regions. NGC also has too many defect codes, due to which root cause analyses is limited. 3. Quality framework. There is limited separation between QA or quality assurance and QC, quality control. There is sometimes a missing feedback loop from different stages of the product lifecycle. For instance, warranty claims and customer returns back to design and development. 4. Measurement. Tools for measurement are inconsistent, with varying techniques and requirements between product development teams, factories, and distribution centers. 5. Quality reports tend to be brand or product type specific. 6. Audits and final inspections. There are variations around how defects are reported. Some distribution centers do not carry out risk-based audits. 7. Design for manufacturer and quality. Sometimes incomplete design leads to changes in complex and technical product leads to changes in production. 8. Vendor selection. Vendors are sometimes assessed only on cost, not on quality systems and processes before orders are placed. This can sometimes lead to delays in shipments or increases in cost. Few vendors have internal process controls. Management changes lead to breakdown in quality processes. 9. Best practices are seldom shared where the same or similar products are procured from different sourcing offices. 10. Final confirmation sample sometimes is not representative of what is being produced on the factory's production line. 11. CFA. There is a retention issue with the CFA or Certified Factory Auditors we use. With the high staff turnover, the replacements have inadequate training and inspections tend to be substandard. 12. QC cover. The cover of QC or quality control personnel at some factories and plants are inadequate, again leading to substandard inspections, skipped measurements, and not following inspection standards. 13. Lastly, although standard operating procedures exist, in many cases they are not followed, leading to increased reliance on final inspections. This is what Pride will be in 2016. Focusing on prevention and RIDE, the 4 strategies are: 1. Embed the culture, communicating Pride consistently both internally and externally. 2. We will have a framework of strong SOPs or standard operating procedures, organizational structures, and foundations that build great products. 3. Metrics, S&OP. Clear metrics established, communicated, and progress made towards improvement. 4. Systems or measurement. Consistent processes followed when problems occur, along with data collection and data calculation. Under the first strategy to embed the culture, With internal and external communications, we will have posters, videos, and vendor meetings. VF University will include a quality module for QC and QA training as a pyramid approach. This training will include root cause analyses, lean manufacturing, etc. We will assess other firms to build on our quality systems to ensure VF is the best in class at managing its large-scale complexity. We will have a forum for QA best practice sharing between offices, brands, coalitions, and products. This will include enterprise-wide quality council, annual quality summits, etc. We will have a scoreboard that will have a tiered system of Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 factories showing the progress of Pride. Gold standard of vendors will be awarded. Under the second strategy of framework and organization, we will have a quality framework where QA or quality assurance and QC quality control are separate functions. There will be QA applications at each stage of the product lifecycle, with input, output, and control points at each step. Methods will be in place to have consistent application of measurement tools and techniques across different functions. For example, product development, production, distribution, etc. Calibration will be carried out with consistent scores between contractor, sourcing office, anchor. Process audits will be in place to enforce application of SOPs to prevent quality issues and catch quality failures early in the process. We will design for quality by having engineers involved in product design for specialized knowledge. There will be formal reviews and meetings with product development teams of the brand and vendor. Under the third strategy of metrics and S&OP, we will have key quality metrics defined and communicated in the supply chain quarterly reviews. We will have the RIDE portion implemented globally and consistently. Standard quality dashboard reports will be used, graphically presenting top 5 defects. QC procedure for identifying true pass and defective rates. Reporting formats will be standardized. The final confirmation sample will match what is inspected with standardized reports and formats. There will be central electronic locations for salesman sample or SMS, pre-production or PP notes, and a format for comments or tags on the product. There will also be processes to remake PP or final samples when changes are made. We will have data support for key measurement collection, and there will be effective histogram analyses. Information will be shared between customers, brands, and production departments. Finally, under the fourth strategy of systems and measurements, CFA or QA cover, we will develop QC staffing guidelines to be used for QC training and allocation based on projected volumes. Lab tests and criteria will be standardized by stage and production line. This will be standardized by end use to leverage VF synergies. Shadow audits will be conducted on select POs or production orders from factory to DC. As for vendor selection, we will develop standard and mandatory vendor assessment tools to be used at the very first step of vendor selection. Similar to the social compliance audit, this will include corrective action plans and target completion dates if the vendor is willing to cooperate with VF. ISO 9000 audits for strategic vendors requiring documentation of vendors' quality management systems to preserve quality processes. Finally, we will have established guidelines for QC centers and third-party audits for inspections or goods produced at remote locations. The main organization will consist of 3 groups. 1. The sponsor, steering committee, and the lead, who will advise on program content timing and overall program responsibility. They will also provide alignment on key business priorities and remove obstacles. 2. The core team will comprise of the quality leads who will maintain primary communication with the vendor, contractor, or factory. They will manage the program and report on status. Thirdly, the subject matter experts, who will track progress in focus area and make recommendations for current and future content. The milestones for this will be in 3 stages. In 2013, analyses of the current quality system or areas of commonality between NGC versus Data Savvy versus Specs quality organization structure separated at brands, regions, DCs. We will have a time study of inspection and report with recommendations on staffing and load. We will have Pride communications plan established. Have S&OP metrics established. Review in response to the internal audit. Have safety net installed to prevent bad products getting to customers. In 2014, we will have calibration processes consistent and executed within VF. Process audits done for SOP management. Change notices, P/ECN processes or production and engineering notice in place. Quality reports standardized. Vendor selection process formalized. Shadow audits, cadence or reporting between VFQA, factory, CFA, and DC. CFA program is built around retention and career progression. External verification of other quality organizations going outside. Pride Communications S1 at core plants and facilities. VFU, expanded coalitions and department for training and certification. In 2015, Design for Quality is formalized with PP and TD reviews. QC Center established. Third-party audits are in place. Format and platform for QA/QC best practice sharing is established and carried out across regions, coalitions, products. Scoreboard in place. VFQA manual format completed. Core VF requirements, individual brand requirements as appendices. Pride Communications S2 extended plants and facilities. Pride is our global ethos for quality product. Thank you.